and also served as secretary 4 times. Both he and his wife have had the honor to lead group study exchange teams to New Zealand and Italy. Jerry, a multiple Paul Harris Fellow and member of the Paul Harris Society, with his wife Rochelle, who couldn't join us today. She's on grandson duty. Also a Rotarian and multiple Paul Harris Fellow, have 2 children and 4 grandchildren. They reside in the piney woods of East Texas on land that has been in their family for over 160 years. Please give a warm welcome to District Governor Jerry Springfield.
Thank you. Thank you, Cindy. Poor Cindy, this is your 5th time to be with me. I've looked forward to joining you and being with the clubs. One of the things that I truly enjoy about Rotary is the interaction with the individuals. And I also bring you greetings from Shekhar Mehta. Could we get the slideshow started, please, ma'am? There we go. I want to share with you that if you've been a Rotarian for over 5 years and have not participated in or attended district level meetings or trainings, or have not visited the RI resources online, or have not read the Rotarian magazine, the last being fairly easy to do, then I have to break some bad news to you. You're out of date. This is not your grandpa's Rotary Club. And I can say this with a great deal of assurance because you heard when I joined Rotary. And the only women associated with Rotary at that time were the Rotarians. Many of you may remember those days. When I joined Rotary, people of color were excluded from Rotary. Not intentionally, but there was a club in the United States that actually had it in their bylaws. So if you're out of date, you need the opportunity to grow. We have face-to-face opportunities for you to grow. September the 10th and 11th, we're having a zone meeting in Houston. If you've never attended the zone meeting, I encourage you to go to this one. If nothing else, buy a ticket for the Friday luncheon. You'll get to hear Jennifer Jones speak. She is the first female president-elect of Rotary International, will be the first female president of Rotary International. And Rotary was founded in, let's hear it, what, 1905, been a while. We are also having our October fall meeting, or in October, our fall meeting. It'll be in Livingston. It's fairly close to you. And we're going to try and have something for everyone. We're having a variety of topics for you to participate in. And it's going to be very convenient. It's going to be right actually on the 59 bypass in Livingston. This gives you an opportunity to network with other Rotarians in our district. Gives you an opportunity to meet with them. We also have online opportunities. If you've never been to myrotary.org, you should go. There are learning opportunities there. There are classes on just almost any topic. A lot of them are Rotary, but a lot of them are leadership in general. Plus, we have an agreement with Toastmaster, and we have classes available through myrotary.org where you can learn to lead meetings, you can learn to give speeches, or any number of things, all of which are professional development topics. Learning, okay. They also have webinars. Come on. There it goes. We have the district webpage. We have the district webpage webmaster here. We hope that we are providing you with information there that is timely and useful. As I mentioned, I do bring you greetings from Shekar Mehta. Oh, at home. Shekar has 4 areas of emphasis: days of service, and we will have a day of service for our district that is being structured now. We will make an announcement of that very soon. And we're asking all of the clubs on a given day, we're looking at a weekend, to do a service project that weekend. We want to take advantage of the opportunity that a massive district-wide event will provide for media coverage. And we are working on having it on a specific topic as well. He is going to have presidential conferences. One of the presidential conferences will be right here in Texas. It will be via Zoom or in person, and it's going to be associated with the International Convention in Houston. If you've never been to an international convention, you got to go. It's never going to be any closer than this. And it is a wonderful experience and gives you a perspective of Rotary and its global nature. He also has Each One Bring One. As I met with your board earlier today, I discovered that y'all are having a wonderful success in recruiting new members, and you just installed one today, and that is great. But I would challenge each one of you here to bring a non-Rotarian guest either to a Rotary meeting, a Rotary social, or Rotary service project. If every one of you does that, you will be amazed at the number of people that you will wind up with in this club. No, you won't get everybody, but you will be surprised at how many you will get. His last area of emphasis is empowering girls. And I've added the under 16 because I want people to understand that he's not dealing with just little children, but with that spectrum. And this is about breaking the cycle of poverty and abuse around the world that girls, females, experience, unfortunately, far beyond their numbers. Okay, each one bring one. The idea here is grow more to serve more. The more people you have, the more you can do. But we need to wonder about who do we bring. We want our new members to be of high caliber, with initiative and commitment to service, but we must involve them to nurture them. A few years back, the Rotary did a study of people leaving Rotary. Why do they leave Rotary? If you do not engage your new members in 2 years, they will be gone before the 5th year. I have personal experience with this. My nephew was a member of a Rotary club in this district. After he finished the Red Badge program, they didn't ask him to do anything else. And 2 years later, he was gone. You've got to engage them. You also need to nurture them. And I do like your mentor program that lasts a year. That is phenomenal. And I will be sharing that with the other clubs in the district. This year, I'm asking our clubs in the district to focus on 2 initiatives that are related to Shekar's 4 initiatives. These 2 areas of focus, one of them's internal, and that's DEI, or diversity, equity, and inclusion. And the other one is external, and that's human trafficking. You can see from this picture that all of the hands are different. Every hand on every person is different. All of us are unique. Can you advance the slide, please? Thank you. There's the definition of diversity. I want you to understand some things. This is not PC. PC, political correctness, is about verbiage. DEI is about attitude. Each of us experiences life in different ways. Some of those differences are brought about because of clearly visible differences. I'm an old white guy. Other than the introduction, you would not know if I was married or single, if I had children. You wouldn't know anything about me other than I'm an old white guy. That has clouded what I have experienced in life. The fact that my father was an ordained minister. Most of you didn't know this. That has caused me to experience life differently. Those are invisible differences, and you must be aware of both visible and invisible differences. Equality versus equity, and I like this slide because the part on the left is equality, and you can see it doesn't get us very far, but equity does. Please advance. I think I'm going to give up on this and just ask you to advance it. All right, equity, advance, promotes justice, provides fairness within procedures, processes, and distribution of resources, gives everyone an opportunity to be involved. And the next part, equity is a seat at the table, but it's more than a seat at the table. We need inclusion. Recently, I was speaking with a gentleman back home, and he shared with me the exclusion he had felt as a child. He grew up during World War II. He was very much excluded because his family name was German. Some of us have experienced exclusion personally. Some of us have experienced integration where we've been invited in and told, sit on the edge, keep your mouth shut. We want to have inclusion, which if you look at the last picture, that shows inclusion. Everybody is mixed together. Next slide, please. Remember, and advance. Remember we said diversity is a seat at the table. Inclusion is being heard at the table. Go ahead. Thank you. I almost feel welcome. Next part, please. Be sure to greet guests and visitors. Now, I feel like after meeting with your board that I'm preaching to the choir here, but I'm going to do it anyway. Say thanks to your program starting next week. Y'all got to listen to me. With your younger members, encourage them to come forward with their ideas. I've heard more than I care to remember. Well, we did that and it failed. Yeah, you did it 40 years ago and it failed. Might try it again. Or my all-time favorite, we've never done that here. And my response is, why not? Why not? Next part. I will tell you a little more about myself here. You heard that I am my father was an ordained minister. I will admit to being a professing Christian, and I will admit that every time I pray a Christian prayer. But I love the invocation today because it fit this so well. It was non-theological. In fact, it was almost what I would call a moment of reflection. It has been Rotary's policy for a number of years that you did not use theologically specific invocations. When you were asked to join Rotary, you were not asked if you were Christian, Muslim, Jewish, Buddhist, Hindu, or no faith at all. You were not asked if you were politically left, politically right, or not political at all. The only thing you were asked is, do you have a heart of service? And that's what we must keep in mind, that we as Rotarians are all about. And we are not about, and we've all got this apolitical stuff down pretty pat, but we really have in our part of the world, I think, some issues with the invocations. But like I say, y'all are doing a beautiful job. I commend you for that. Next slide, please. Now we get to the human trafficking. Human trafficking occurs into three kinds of things: forced labor, involuntary servitude, and sex. That's three kinds of slavery present in our world today. According to the State Department, the U.S. State Department, forced labor is actually the largest part of human trafficking. Next slide, please. Advance. Texas is number 2 in human trafficking. If that doesn't make you sick, then I'm sorry, I don't think I'll be able to reach you today. Texas is number 2 in child trafficking. At any given time, there are 234,000 people in the state of Texas being trafficked. There are 79,000 young people being trafficked right this minute. These individuals may be local or they may be brought in. They're forced into a variety of labor: construction, manufacturing, agriculture. Next. Humans are trafficked both directions at the border. They're brought in and they're carried out. I will also alert you to the vast majority have not been kidnapped. They have gone willingly because they trusted the wrong person. Next slide, please advance. It's not just a problem in large cities. Most of the clubs in our district are not in a large city, and they think they're immune from it. And I tell them that 2 years ago, the number one reason women went to the women's shelter in Tyler County, that's Woodville, the number one reason was trafficking. It was not partner abuse. It was trafficking. It is endemic in every county in our district. Next slide. Next. And one more. So what can you do? One, you can be aware of the warning signs. You have, this has been passed out to you, handed out, I guess is more appropriate. The back side has the 3 pictures from earlier. This side is the real proof of the pudding. This tells you warning signs. One more, please. Thank you. If you see something, say something. I've talked to law enforcement personnel all around our district. They admit it's a problem, but they say very forthrightly, they would rather go to 10, 100 stops where it wasn't necessary than to miss one because we were afraid to say something. Hold your hand up, palm forward. No, I'm not going to ask you to swear an oath. I just want you to practice something. Put your thumb in your palm, roll your fingers over your thumb. That motion is the universal gesture for I need help. You may be driving down the freeway and a car passes you and someone does that. Get the license plate, call the police. You may be walking through a mall and they put their hand behind their back and they do that. And the reason it's behind their back is because their handler's standing right there beside them, trying to control the circumstances. I have given your president this poster so that it can be duplicated and put in any and all businesses in this town that are willing to put it up. So we have big issues. Big issues give us big opportunities. Those opportunities allow us to serve, to change lives. I thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Governor Jerry, for being here with us. We look forward to joining District 5910 clubs in the day of service. Count us in, sir. As our appreciation for you being here today, as a thank you to you, we will make a donation to the Rotary Foundation Annual Fund in your name in appreciation. Thank you very much. Looking ahead, next week's speaker will be Mayor of Beaumont, Robin Mouton. You don't want to miss that. So be here and remind your friends to be here and bring a friend with you. That next week is Bring a Friend to Rotary Day. It's proclaimed right now. So reminders that we have a committee at work today, the Wind Down with Rotary Committee, and pick up an envelope from Cheryl Billieu to begin to sell your tickets to your friends and colleagues, or perhaps to give away to your clients. Remember, our theme of this year is Everyone Bring One. So, and also those who propose a new member to our club will participate in our end of year celebratory dinner on me at, it won't be my house as was originally planned, but it will be somewhere very nice. If you want to join in the fun and fellowship, introduce a friend to Rotary. So now, would you please stand with me and say the four-way test of the things we think, say, or do? First. Second. Third. And fourth. Thank you. And have a good week and serve to change lives.